love. Let's talk about men and women for a moment. In Hebrew, the word for man is ish. The word for woman is isha. What's the letter the man has that a woman doesn't have? He has a yud. The letter the woman has that a man doesn't have is a hey. Yud, hey together we know is one of the names of God. So what do we see in marriage? A man can bring his yud, a woman can bring her hey, and together they can bring God in. If the goal of the marriage is that I'm going to bring my connection with God that only I can have as a man, and you're going to bring your connection with God that only you can bring and provide as a woman, wow, we really have something new. We can have a unity with God like we couldn't have by ourselves. What a beautiful state of existence. But look at this. And people say, look, let's get married, but who needs God? I just want to live a life of pleasure. I want to live a life of money. I want to live a life about me and us and just do what we want to do. Who needs God in the picture? Forget Shabbat, forget Kashrut, forget Tarat HaMishpacha, forget it all. It's all about us and me. I'll do whatever I want to do. Look what we're left with. What does Aish mean? Fire. You see, double fire. What does fire do when it's in touch with another fire? Explosion. Conflagration. Maybe we understand again why there's 65% divorce rate. People aren't bringing God into the picture. What do they have? Two fires. Two selfish human beings that just want things for themselves. They'll burn up. And they burn out. And they're gone. Now, it's interesting that a man's letter happens to be, in this combination, happens to be a yud. A woman's letter is a hey. It tells us something a little bit about men and women as well. A man's letter is a yud. If you notice a yud happens to be the smallest letter in the Hebrew alphabet. It doesn't touch the top of the line. It doesn't touch the bottom of the line. It just hangs there in space. Yud always represents the idea of a thought. An idea, like a thought. It hangs there. It doesn't touch the top, the bottom. It just hangs. Numerically, Yud is 10. That's interesting. Why? Because 0 through 9 are all natural, meaning we have a symbol that describes them. Once we get to 10, we have to use our minds, so to speak, to construct it. We have to put it together by 1 and a 0. It's called a thought number. Yud always represents the idea of thought. Now, gentlemen, the vision of a man in this world is to be in thought. That's why men have a greater mitzvah to learn Torah. They have to reach up, so to speak, and bring ideas down. They have to spend time learning the theoretical aspects of Torah, of halakha, of law. They have to sort of reach up and pull ideas down. That's why a man's tefillin goes above his head. It's the idea that I want to connect my head, so to speak, up further and kind of draw ideas down. That's a man's vision. A woman's vision is different. A woman's vision is to be a hay. Now it's interesting. If you look at a hay is really composed of two letters. It's a dalet with a yud inside of it. Dalet in Hebrew, in the language, means delet, it means a door. It's the first letter that starts expressing itself in 4 directions, north, south, east, west. It's actually always the symbol of the physical world. The dalet's always a symbol of the physical world, 4 directions. And that's why it means delet, dalet, door. Why is a door the perfect description of the physical world? Is this world the end, or is this the world the doorway to something else? You know, when you go to a funeral sometimes, people will say, this isn't the end. The grave isn't the end, the grave is the beginning, the grave is the doorway. This world is a doorway to another world. It's a prush door le'olam haba, we say. That's why we make a big deal about doorways. What mitzvah do we do on every doorway in our house? Mezuzah. Because we want to remember, every time I go through my doorway, it's a delet, it's the physical world. This world is something which is, this world is a doorway. I'm going somewhere. A door is only there to lead me somewhere. A door is not an end in itself, is it? A door without a room is meaningless. The physical world is a dalet. It's a door. Now look at a hay. A hay contains a dalet and a yud. And what does that mean? First of all, how do you say hand in Hebrew? Yad. What two letters are there? Yud and dalet. That's interesting. What did I say yud represents? Yud represents an idea. What did I say dalet represents? Something physical, the physical world. What does a hand do? It opens the door. It takes an idea and it brings it out into the world. Right? It takes an idea, it brings it out into the world. That's what a yad does. Perfect description. Now look what a woman is. A woman is she's a hay. A woman is this over here. She's a hay. She's a dalid that contains a yud. That's a hay. A dalid with a yud. What's a woman's job? A woman's role in a sort of a cosmic sense is that she's supposed to take a man's idea and make it real in the world. Like in procreation. A man provides an idea, the seed. A woman takes that seed and expresses it out into the world. Which is more important? The idea or the expression into the world? Well, if you don't have an idea, you don't have an expression. If you don't have expression, the idea is meaningless. Obviously, they're both equally important. But a man's vision is the yud. A woman's vision is to be that, to be out there in the world, express the idea out in the world. If a man's job might be to learn the theoretical concept of Shabbos, a woman's vision might be to make that idea so real in the world that I could touch it. There's a home, there's a feeling, there's a taste, there's a smell. You could go into this house and you feel holiness. That's a woman's world. Here it works so beautifully in combination. So a man has a yud, a woman has a hay. They combine it, they have God. Let me ask you another question. Let's go a little further in men and women.